Earlier this month, former Senator and presidential hopeful John Edwards dressed sharply and smiled for his, but other high-profile mugs haven't been so picture-perfect. CBS News correspondent Betty Nguyen has this report.
Once a candidate for vice president, John Edwards is now being indicted for using nearly $1 million in campaign funds to cover up his affair with mistress Rielle Hunter. The mugshot from his arrest was released yesterday by the U.S. Marshals Service. In it, he smiles politely for the camera.
The smiling actually helps him a lot. If you think about Tom DeLay did the same sort of thing when he posed for his mugshot. It's a good political move. You want to look basically like you have 100 times before when you've posed for photos.
So while the charges against Edwards may be shocking, in the annals of famous mugshots, his is pretty boring.
We're so fascinated with mugshots of celebrities because they represent the glitz and glam, the ultimate lifestyle in the United States. But then when they hit trouble or they're arrested or they commit a crime, it's also fascinating to see the fall from grace and seeing them at their lowest.
You know, you didn't expect to get arrested. You didn't want your day to end this way, but it ends with you standing pretty much in a cold environment with a police camera looking at you. So it makes the picture interesting because we like to think that the mugshot is presenting something in real time.
What do you think of me, Tom?
One of the most famous examples is model and actor Nick Nolte, arrested for driving under the influence in 2002.
Nick Nolte went from being one of the sexiest men alive 10 years before this mugshot was taken to looking like this crazy, wild, homeless man. It's like, what happened? He was the sexiest man alive.
You look at that picture and you know exactly why that guy was brought to a sheriff's department to pose for that mugshot. You think about people like Lindsay Lohan. Now those get boring after a while, or Paris Hilton, it gets boring because it's just one after the other after the other.
My all-time favorite mugshot has to be Hugh Grant, because you just see that he was not expecting to get caught. He is so embarrassed. And the world was asking, you're dating Elizabeth Hurley. Why the heck are you trolling the streets for a prostitute named Divine Brown?
People like, you know, old-time child stars.
What you talking about, Willis?
Maybe when he was alive, Gary Coleman, who posed for a mugshot. People who you said, I grew up with that person, and wow, look at where they are right now.
In other words, the more unexpected the mug, the better the mug shot. Betty Nguyen, CBS News, New York.
I think we all agree, hands down, Nick Nolte.
Nick
Nolte,
classic. Now, always, and forever.
The pantheon of mugshots
is the greatest.
At the top.
But it's a tough. What do you do? I mean, do you smile and
I wouldn't know,
look
Jeffrey.
smug?
Yeah.
Well, what I did was I tried to picture myself. Okay.
I took a picture of myself and sent it to them.
I think the better the mugshot, the less you're going to see it come back to haunt you years down the line. It's like the Nick Nolte shot will forever come back and get you, but that John Edwards shot, he's smiling. It looks like any other shot of John Edwards, so it's not one of those things.
But see, it crosses the line just a little bit. That's a little bit of the problem. It looks a little too high.
Hey, how's